Hi everyone! Today I am presenting my final project for addressing language and special needs in an inclusive classroom class. At this opportunity, I will present the content of this project. The part 1 is introduction, the part 2, brief course review, the part 3, the fieldwork overview, the part 4, the English language learner, the part 5 about the student with special needs, exceptional student. The part 6 will be the conclusion. In this part, introduction, this is briefly about me, how as an educator I developed my career. And I can say I am a graduate fine art artist with studies in a second master's degree in art education and teaching artists at Borough Manhattan Community College. I began teaching in 1987, and during this journey through time, I learned the vital and essential importance of art education and creative expression in human development. My art advocacy project, during years of experience, students searching for being better and their search for excellence in their cognitive, expressive, creative, and human purpose have been my inspiration to investigate and discover the forms of art that can help find that search. In my artistic studies, I am deepening my learning and understanding of advanced digital art technologies, and I am going to do an excellent plan educative compromise with the teaching challenge for teaching better in the art education field. My daily life shares the love and passion for art studies, academic research, exhibitions, teaching in universities, museums, and my artistic exercise. My philosophy is to teach and lead by enhancing the talent and excellence of my students and creating art in the service of humankind. Welcome to Addressing Language and Special Needs in an Inclusive Classroom. And the review of the 15 models during my learning, I really understood how many time is required to learn, to research in this 15 weeks that I did. As part of my learning about cultural linguistic diversity and special education, I learned today's classrooms are becoming increasingly diverse and inclusive. Many classrooms include students who are culturally and linguistically diverse and exceptional students. These students with disabilities, gifted and talented students, and students who are at risk can receive better academic assistance in an inclusive classroom. After this course, I am prepared to take on many of the challenges inherent to addressing the language and special needs in an inclusive classroom after completing this course. However, I should also continue to seek out additional information beyond this course to understand these subjects better, especially if I plan to teach a diverse and inclusive classroom of an English language learners or exceptional students. Part 3 is to talk briefly about my fieldwork. This is the overview. My fieldwork I developed at Borough Manhattan Community College, which is the part of the CUNY system. In this school, the mission of this school is part of developing the intellectual and personal growth of the students, and they have an international vision, and they work with the students from different countries and languages. You can see the values of belonging, community, equity, teaching and learning, and transformation. They provide academic support, services, and and where is included the services for disabilities students. And this important part of academic support, this is part of the Learning Resource Centers work with the students. And online, now during the pandemic time, there are many of different resources to engage to disability students and rural students. This tutoring service, together with the Department of Music and Art, with the Department of Art Studio, they work together with the Modern Language Department. Modern language, they have 16 languages, or is it called English, Spanish, and other languages. And this other department, this is Academic Literacy and Linguistic Department, whereas Academic and Critical Reading, that is part of the other service that is worked together with LRC. I mentioned these three different departments because I was working together with different coordinators and professors of these departments to help to the students of these departments. Here the list, the classes that I have in Spanish, the different numbers from the beginners and the high level, and also in art, the same thing. In this department, I was helping to give the service to the students, to looking for the best answers to resolve the questions for their activities, homework. In this part, we have the time that they develop from Wednesday, that what they start at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The summary curriculum instruction, I resume here the different levels. I put it in a curriculum physically to know how is the curriculum of this program. And that's what we need time to review by part. And where the most important is here, how the different services, they have a frame and a plan to develop some services. A picture of the service that was doing. This is part of NART 174. This is how I was showing, how I was helping. And the other side, the left side, you will see here in blues, the attachment of the student is making the questions, and this is the figure that they need to help. Then we continue with the part, the English language learner. He studies liberal arts, and he's from Polish nationality, and the language is not mother language English, and when he appeared on our system to help, really has difficulties to do the essay, and with difficulties to develop his English. But I think he will be doing well, and our school arrived to help here. And here's the strategy that they use. I provide the most important for you to use the English translator's device. I show how he can help with this device and the vocabulary handouts to do it. And the part, and this part 5, I always speak briefly about the student with special needs, exceptional student. Anna's a fictitious name, and this student has difficulties. What's the influence for parents' divorce? Student has constantly anxiety, and she was doing better because she was working with the professors of art classes. When she was on the tutoring service, contact with the professor and also with the medical doctor to know what they can help to the student. was simple. Say the student need to improve the anxiety, and they can practice art. They can work better than others, which is true. The students is excellent, creative, and during the 6 months that I was working, after when I was arriving during this semester at different times, I saw that student developed approximately 80%. She is more responsive, interactive. She is more focused and enthusiastic than before, and she is working better in the organization of her English, and also she improved in creative strength and drawing and painting. And I was learning for how she improved. That's important, with learning that students with special needs require attention, and educators have a mission to help and provide an inclusive and equal class for all students. Conclusion, that is, after to review the modules, to review the question readings, part of the field work process and discussion with my classmates, I learned today classroom is becoming increasingly diverse and inclusive. I believe I am prepared to take on many of the challenges inherent to addressing the language and special needs in an inclusive classroom after completing this course. However, I should also continue to seek out additional information beyond this course to understand these subjects better, especially if I plan to teach in diverse inclusive classrooms for the English language learners or exceptional students. Really was an excellent and great class, which helped me to understand how I can help to these students with necessities and with disabilities. And finally, I can say thank you for the class.